Hi folks, it's Rich here, and oh, what's this light doing on? Hold on. Hello. As you'll have seen by the title, I've got another guitar. I've gone all the way back to basics. So we need to discuss why, don't we? First, and then I'll tell you a bit about this particular one. It's got a little surprise up its sleeve, which I'm very happy about. So, for those who don't know me, welcome, and for those who've recently subscribed, thank you very much. This is guitar number 108. Yes, you heard me right. I'm a weirdo. It's just the way it is. I'm a novice guitarist. I enjoy guitars. Why not? Now, Stratocasters. I've got a little list here of Strats because, where's it gone? There it is. I've come all the way back to this because when I started to get back into guitar, or should I say, take it seriously a bit more and try and learn, about 18 months ago, it was a Bullet HSS that I loved. It's one of my favourites, and my top 5 favourites really. It's a 2011, so it's a rosewood fingerboard, although this one presumably is Indian Laurel because of its age, but it's actually one of the nicer Indian Laurels I've seen. Oh, yeah, 2021. But yeah, so that was rosewood. It was HSS. It wasn't a hardtail, which this one is, although I didn't really use the vibrato a great deal. And it was just a nice guitar. You know, the tuners weren't brilliant, but overall, it was just nice. And I mean, I've had Strats. I've had 21 Strats, 3 Fenders, 18 Squiers, 8 of which have been Bullets, 5 Affinities, 3 Standards, 1 Classic 5 and 1 Deluxe. And then in other brands who do a Strat equivalent thereof, I've had 1 Glary, crikey, that was a cheap and cheerful, 9 Harley Bentons, 1 Vintage, 4 Yamaha Pacificas, 1 Chapman ML1, and then if we stretch our imagination a little bit more, I had 8 Ibanez, mostly SA series, which are like an HSS sort of Strat type. So 45 of my 108 guitars, 42% have been Strats or Strat equivalents. And I guess there's a reason for that. They're comfortable, aren't they? They're easy, and they have some nice tones to them. So I just thought, I want to go back to a 9.5-inch radius, for one. Getting away from these super flat ones, which I've been playing a lot. I want to have just a bit of plinky sound, and yeah, I just kept coming back to thinking when I had one of these I was probably at my happiest. And I was trying to think as well of the 5 guitars I had, the 108 guitars I had, top 5 that I liked, and the 2011 Bullet was one, and PRS SE245 Savannah was another, and Classic Vibe Tellys I really enjoyed. I had a Chinese one, and I had a Classic Vibe Custom, which had been turned into an Esquire over in the States, which I liked. My Ibanez S771PB, which is like a super Strat. And then either my Gibson Les Paul or my Fender Mexican Tele HH, which was the coil tap. So so I just thought I just need another Strat. I don't want to spend a lot of money. And that's another thing about Strats and spending a lot of money. If you're a home player, apart from the tuners being a bit naff, as long as your fretwork's okay, then really, you know, they make all the Strat tones, don't they? Why you don't really need a Fender. You also might be someone who's on a bit of a budget, and let's suppose you broke the bank and you bought yourself a Fender, but like they're about 550 or 600 quid now, which is crazy, and it was sat in your room, you might feel uncomfortable about how much money is tied up in it, especially if you couldn't really afford it. Whereas this, for 120 quid, it's non-jeopardy, isn't it? It just sits there and you can pick it up and enjoy it, all the more so. So this one is a HSS hardtail, and it's in an off-white. You can't tell very well on the camera, but it's a really nice off-white. I can see contrast on the white pickguard. I think these are D'Addario strings. Is it only D'Addario who have the coloured balls on the end? I don't know. If they are, it surprises me. But anyway, your 5-way blade, which feels not flimsy, not brilliant, but it's fine. Yeah, looks like Indian Laurel fretboard, no sharp frets. The frets are, you know what, they're not mucky. When I change the strings, I'll give them a bit of a go. The nut isn't sticking out the sides either. And in terms of its height, it seems like it might be about right. I've got no buzzing going on anyway. 2 string trees as you normally get. And they changed the tuners about 18 months ago on these, so the hexagon ones have gone. And actually these tuners are just as good as the ones on the Jackson JS Stinky that I've got. And then on the back, that's the other thing, isn't it? A nice satin neck. I love that. I wonder if you can see a little bit on here. Not exactly going to say this wood's got bits of bird's eye in it, but there are some nice sort of markings on this bit of wood. Excuse me, being a hardtail, it's obviously not a string through body, and it's just nice and easy. How thick is the body on this? They're supposed to be thin, aren't they? Let's get a ruler and do a little. Yeah, it's about what, 40 mil, about 40 mil thick. So, yes, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is the happiest I've felt about guitar for a long time. It's I just picked it up and immediately felt at home with it. The action's a tiny bit high for me, so I need to have a little play with that, but not a big deal right now. Still playable. And I'm about to show you this trick it's got up its sleeve, which I did not know and then would surprise me. I'm out of tune. I'm always out of tune. It's just the way it is. New strings. So does the tone knob work? You know my thing on the tone knob. Let's go tone all the way down. Just turn the volume up a bit so you can hear it. And let's get it on a channel that is solely... There we are, right. So, sorry, my bad. Let's have gain, bass and treble, all at 12 o'clock. Volume on here halfway. Oh, let's have volume a bit higher, shall we? So the volume all the way, tone all the way down. Back number 4. Back number 7. Number 10. Down again. So yeah, it graduates a bit. It's subtle, isn't it? It's a bit on or off, but not awful. Then obviously with all strats, you've got the in between position, which is nice. That is really quiet, isn't it? Why are you that quiet? Don't be that quiet. Oh well, also nice on the pickups. The camera picked that up. Look, the pole pieces are staggered nicely as well. I like that. And then in the middle position, tone knob all the way down, up a bit. Yeah, a little bit on or off, but you expect that. And weirdly, I can live with it. Now here's the surprise. This is the surprise. One tone knob here and here, and a tone for the bridge. A tone on the bridge. On a Strat. I know that the new Player series do that. But yeah, on your Bullet. So that's toned all the way down. It's on about 3 or 4 now. All the way to the top. Down again a bit, about halfway. Back up. So, someone's ringing me. They're always ringing me. So we've got a tone on the bridge. Just how cool is that? Well chuffed about that. And I've had a little go on a bit more gain. Oh, hello, that's loud. On the, it's really loud. Richard. Turn it down. On the so loud. Sorry, just tinkering. We all know what Strats sound like. So yes, I've gone back to a Bullet and I'm really happy that I've done so. It feels like home, it feels like a Strat. To my ignorant playing fingers, it's really, for me, not a deal that's just not a Fender, and this is the lowest end Strat there is. You've got a satin neck, average tuners, but they work. No worse than guitars costing double or more than this. Hardtail, so tuning much easier than having a whammy, nothing to worry about. Tone on the bridge, absolute thumbs up to that. The Indian Laurel seems fine, the fretwork is good, and it's a lovely colour, and it costs no money. So tell me what's not to love about that. I'm super happy. I bought some new strings. When I restring it, I'll give the frets a bit of a polish and put some lemon oil on the fretboard. I'll put some pencil graphite in the nut as well, and I'll see if I can get the action down just a touch more. But yeah, really good, honestly. Happy boy here, happy boy. Of all of this kind of budgety guitars that I've had, and there have been many, it's just up there for me. It really is. I know lots of people disagree, say use Sado, but I much prefer it to the Harley Bentons I've had. It's just, it's just nice going back to 9.5-inch radius, isn't it? Just a smaller neck that's easy to fret and play chords, and yeah,